Okay, so I've been agonizing over this now for a really long time. Uh, and I just realized that there's more to this earlier in the clip, earlier in this recording that I didn't even realize. So I don't know what the hell was going on. So this was recorded back at location 6. So there's nothing back here. I mean, we've done a lot of videos where I've talked about the study site and stuff, so I don't have to go over that again. But needless to say, there's no people back here. Because when I even looked on Google Maps over this way, there's a house. It's over 1,000 yards away. And there's like a valley. It comes down here, and then it comes up, and then it comes down again. So this is at 10:30 at night too on this on the 10th of this month. So June 10th, 2025 at 10:30 at night. So I highly doubt that it's a person. I mean, that would have to go up and down multiple valleys to catch this. And then the other thing that's interesting is anytime it's over like in here, and I do catch someone, the human voice on these spectrograms that I've caught never come up past the orange. Like, we can produce sounds apparently up to like around 20,000 hertz, I've heard. I've never seen that. I'm not saying they can't. I've just never caught anything that's that high. Plus, this is nonsense. Like, you're going to see what I mean when I say nonsense. And I just realized that this same voice I caught earlier in the recording, too, doing the same thing, but not as long. It's just short little bursts that it's gibberish. Now, I agonized over this. I probably, honest to God, listened to this for about 4 hours after I found it. And then I just kept thinking, what the hell do I do with this? Like, no one... if I wouldn't have recorded this, I wouldn't believe that this is real. I'm just going to say that, to be completely honest. So I agonized over it, and I thought, well, who do I contact? Because I always, like I said, I want to be transparent, and I want actual experts to look at my stuff. Not that I'm not as a wildlife biologist, but, there's audio people that should look at things like this. So I reached out to Jeremiah from the Bigfoot Society, and I said, hey, I've tried before and I never got a return. Do you think you could ask David Ellis from the Olympic Project if he could listen to this? Because he is a bioacoustic expert, And actually, if you know anybody else that's a bioacoustic expert that would like to look at this, I can get them access to the raw files. Because it's not just this hour. For some reason, the 10th, all hell broke loose, and it just starts around 10:30 at night, and it just escalates from there. And it's interesting because I wasn't going back there regularly then. So once I get recordings now, because I'm gonna this weekend after I do the research update, I'm gonna put the audio recorder up with the other with one of the game. We're gonna go back up here, and I'm gonna put it up here with this. And then we'll see if we catch any audio, and if not, I'll try it down here. And then if I don't catch any audio either place, then we're going to remove the cameras, and we'll get into that stuff. But, so anyhow, if you know anybody that'd be willing to look at this, I can get them access. So I'm going to go ahead and play this and just let it speak for itself. I don't know what to make of it. It does not sound like an animal, and it does not sound like a person, but it sure as hell sounds like a voice. It sounds like something talking. So here we go. And if you listen right in here, there's a wood knock. It's like a hollow knock. We'll up this a little bit. Right in here, the wood knock. Now, what's interesting is this. No, maybe it was this part. Does that not sound like the Sierra sounds? Oh, swaw. That's exactly what one of the other researchers I talked to said. He's like, it's not exact, he said, but it's similar, and I get what he means. Like, it kind of sounds like the ah swaw that you hear Ron Moorhead do, and then the thing answers him back. Now, I didn't know that this wasn't the only case of me catching this in this hour. So between 10 and 11 at night. This was at what 10:23:52 is right before it starts, and it's over by 24 minutes. So it's quick. But I don't know what to make of this, and I want to be transparent. I've just been really agonizing over putting this out because we all know how the community is going to work. They're going to say I'm making it up, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. And honestly, with once I talked to the one researcher, he's like, "Man, you have a lot going on right now." I'm like, "Yes, I don't need, I don't need the stress of this on top of it, but I need to get this out there. Like, I need people to listen to this so we can figure out what the hell is this." Because if it is some kind of an animal, then I know, hey, if that's out here, or if it's no one can ID it, then it's like, okay, where do we go from here with it? And you know, if no one can figure out what this is, then that's going to change everything for my research. Then we're going to have to start like really getting into audio stuff and figuring out how I can get better recorders, more recorders, and things like that. Because this is not the only thing that I caught this night at all. Like, there is some crazy crap. Let me see here. No, that's the raw audio. So we'll go. There should be. That's a power knock. It's only one, but there's like a bunch of power knocks where it looked like the one I posted the picture of. But we're going to get into all that stuff when I do the research update. I guess I am just going to do 2 videos. We'll do one for just stuff like this for audio, and then we're going to do one for the other stuff. But I really wanted to get this out there. I didn't want to wait, because this way I'm going to post it on Reddit too. So if you're watching it from Reddit, please chime in. And if you know anyone that is an audio expert, please comment so I can get a hold of them, because I really do want people to try to debunk this and figure out what the hell it is. Because this is highly disturbing, as this is in the woods. My study site, for those that don't know, is the woods directly behind my house. So my house is right here. We have 20 acres. This is all recorded back in here. Like, this is the main area of interest that these things have. And it seems like they come down into here. So when I was on the podcast, that incident happened where, like, they were chasing me, and it seemed like they were, like, you know, corralling me or whatever they were doing on Christmas when we had the fake bird calls. That was right over in here. So I think what they probably did was they followed this, because it's a ridge line. They followed that ridge down after, you know, the incident in the podcast that I talked about, where I challenged one and pissed them off. Apparently they came down eventually within the next couple months, you know, and quote unquote set me straight. But this way, like, if you don't know the case, you know, I'm a former wildlife biologist, and I'm just trying to look into this as an actual scientist. That's why I'm like, if we can debunk this, let's debunk it. You know, figure out what the hell it is so I can ID it, because maybe that's another animal I can add to the list. Because I'm also doing, at this site, I'm also doing a bird survey and a mammal survey, you know, and just figuring out what's out here. Because if there is something weird out here, it's going to need food, so we need to know what all the food sources are. But I'm going to go ahead and jump off here for now. Thank you guys for watching, as always, and all the support you've given me. It's been wonderful. And it's been great seeing my story get out there and seeing other researchers contact me now. And hopefully we can try to figure some of this stuff out and start eliminating things, you know, cutting the fat from the meat, basically, and getting out all the normal stuff. And then we'll just see what's left, you know, that's weird. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again.